You navigated the paperwork, submitted your application, and you have officially been approved for SNAP benefits. Your official notice shows your benefit period runs from April 20th, 2026 through March 31st, 2029. That's 3 continuous years. But your initial deposit might look strange. Instead of your standard monthly rate, you get a highly specific $269. Here is how the state calculated that number. Because your application was filed late in the month, on April 20th, the state has to prorate your first month's payment. They are only funding the final 10 days of April, which equals exactly $72. Since they cannot issue a partial payment that small on its own, the system automatically combines that $72 fraction with your full May payment of $197. Add them together, and you get that initial $269 payout. Once that first combined deposit clears, your schedule normalizes. Beginning in June, you will receive your standard $197, and those funds will become available on the 4th day of every single month. By tracking the exact days covered in that first deposit, you can safely go spend that larger initial check. It is not a system error, and the state will not ask for the money back. So why does this approval window stretch for 3 full years when most SNAP recipients have to reapply every 12 months? The answer is a specific federal designation called the Elderly Simplified Application Project, or ESAP for short. Reading directly from your notice, ESAP is a demonstration project designed for households where all adult members are either elderly or disabled, and nobody is bringing in wages from a job. Because your household fits those exact criteria, you are automatically enrolled. This brings us to how the state determined your $197 monthly rate. The calculation weighs your living expenses, acknowledging that you pay a substantial $1,340 a month in private rent, plus a standard allowance of $877 for heating costs. The state then compares those heavy utility and housing costs directly against your fixed monthly income, which consists entirely of a $2,059 Social Security disability payment. When your income is fixed and your rent remains high, your financial situation is stable. The ESAP system recognizes this reality, granting you a 3-year approval term to eliminate the burden of unnecessary annual paperwork. Your demographic status also qualifies you for a highly practical secondary benefit. Normally, SNAP funds strictly forbid the purchase of hot prepared meals. However, there is a designated exception known as the Restaurant Meals Program. This program allows eligible users to swipe their EBT cards at participating restaurants and delis to buy ready-to-eat food. Your approval letter clearly outlines that because your household is comprised of individuals who are elderly or receiving disability payments, you are automatically eligible to participate. Before you try to buy lunch, you should verify your account status. Log into the EBT Edge portal online and check your account information section. Look for a thumbs-up icon confirming your card is officially approved for restaurant purchases. Shopping for groceries and cooking daily meals requires physical labor. By allowing hot prepared food purchases, the program ensures you still have accessible paths to nutrition when cooking at home is not a viable option. The state has secured your funding for the next 3 years, but keeping that timeline intact requires you to uphold a few specific rules. The most immediate rule centers on account activity. If you let your card sit completely unused for 274 consecutive days, the state will expunge, or permanently remove, any untouched funds from your account. You are also legally required to report specific household changes, if someone moves in or out, if anyone starts earning wages from a new job, or if you win $4,500 or more in the lottery, you must immediately contact your caseworker. Assuming none of those major financial changes happen, you can expect a very quiet 3 years. Halfway through, at the 18-month mark, the state will mail you a brief contact letter. This letter is essentially a wellness check. Unless you need to report mandatory financial changes, returning this document is entirely voluntary. Your benefits will not stop if you ignore it. Finally, treat your EBT card exactly like a bank debit card. Keep your personal identification number private and monitor your account online to protect your funds from external scams. Swipe your card regularly, report any sudden spikes in income, and secure your PIN. By following those basic steps, you have the ability to ensure 3 uninterrupted years of financial and nutritional security.